Jai Guruji, Jai Guruji, everyone. So wonderful to be on this beautiful platform, which is created to inspire and inject faith in the listener. I will start with my journey of how I met Guruji and what that kind of drove me to meet him also. So I was born with asthma and a hole in the heart. And both were quite life-threatening in the sense that I was on complete medication from childhood and I was in and out of hospitals. And then I moved to India in 1988 and my health issues precipitated to another level where I was hospitalized every changing season in Delhi and I would be on steroid injections followed by steroid tablets. The quality of life, you can imagine, deteriorated very quickly. And meanwhile, I was trying to raise my two lovely daughters, who are now, of course, 34 and 33. And I was struggling on every front. I was all of 22, 23. I did not know any better, had not met Guruji yet. But my journey of seeking started very soon after moving to India. I would consult astrologers, different gurus, babas, you name it, just to seek some answers to why I was suffering so intensely. So in 97, around 97 end, I was asked by this social friend of mine to accompany her to Guruji. She said, Guruji has come from Punjab, so why don't you come and meet him? So I was by then done and dusted because gurus in India are notorious. They have kind of, an ill reputation. So I was hesitant, of course, and I declined. And then she kept persisting that I go, and I kept resisting until I finally gave in. And then Guruji was sitting on his chair. And as I walked in to what we know today as Chota Mandir, Empire State, he was sitting after a 1 hour walk and he led by example that, you must walk 1 hour a day to maintain sound health. And he had his trainers on, t-shirt, shorts, very unlike a guru. But of course, his aura, his face, it was so resplendent, combined with 1,000 suns and moons. He was just shining. He was glowing. And as I bowed, I just knew that I'm in the right place. I had really gone from pillar to post looking for my answers. But when I bowed before Guruji, I knew this is it. This is what I've been seeking, not just maybe for this lifetime, but for many lifetimes. And the soul gravitates towards the truth as we know it. Now, around that time, my skin from head to toe was covered in a ghastly rash, and it was all over my body. And I was very self-conscious, and that made me turn into an introvert. While growing up as a teenager in Manchester, I was this hale and hearty and confident girl, and I would engage myself in what we call aerobics and pop mobility. I would be in nightclubs every week. And I was quite hale and hearty. My childhood was difficult with my health, but my teenage years were pretty smooth and quite flawless as far as health was concerned. It was contained. Of course, the asthma was there, hole in the heart was there, but it was contained. But after moving to India, it kind of, spilled over into going into hospitals and, being on heavy medication. So on bowing to Guruji, Guruji said to me, he looks at me and looks into my eyes as if looking into my soul. And he said in his parlance, in his divine parlance, and I remember his voice was so soft, so compassionate, so loving, so non-judgmental. And he said, you come every day and have the langar. Langar is our blessed food. So I said, okay, Guruji, thank you. I felt that he had accepted me and embraced me in his fold. So I was elated, to say the least. It was the first time that I felt accepted and loved. So it was an overflowing overwhelming kind of love that is beyond words and it cannot be described. Words do fall short. So when he said, "You come every day," it was pleasing to my ears, and I started coming every day. That's when my journey started, and I feel it was initially a spiritual journey because he would, tell me, "You listen to the Shabad Gurbani, the music that plays, mellifluous hymns that we listen to." He would say, "Eat the Langar Prasad, which is our medicated and blessed food that is served to us." And I would not understand the concept, of course. It is the concept that is very hard to embrace initially, because you feel that, how can food heal us to that degree? And how can music heal us? But as I kept coming and my asthma started, it triggered while sitting with him. I just said, "Guruji, I cannot breathe. Every changing season, I am hospitalized. I have steroid injections and tablets. So please, can I just leave right now?" And I was turning black and blue, I remember. And I said, "Guruji, I need hospitalization. You need to let me go." And then he said, "You eat the Langar Prasad." So when he said, "You eat the Langar Prasad," I said, "Guruji, but I need steroid injections." To which he responded, "This is your steroid injections," looking at the food. Now, the food comprised of, cauliflower, potatoes, chapatis. So I would be baffled and bemused and unamused, because I would think that, how can he be so harsh? I can't breathe here, and he wants me to consume this food. So I started brawling. I was all of 32, and I said, "I cannot eat this. I need hospitalization." The long to short, cut to, I did eat. And as I bowed to him, I just telepathically said, "I'm not coming here again. Guruji is so harsh. He made me eat all this food when all I needed was my steroid injections." And then as I bowed to kind of, take his permission to leave, he just said, "I have blessed you. Now you go home and you rest it out." And I didn't know what that meant, what that, kind of implicated. So I just looked at him and I said, again in my head, "Okay, I'm going to go straight to hospital from here, and I'm never coming back here again." So he responded, "You come tomorrow. You come tomorrow, and now you rest it out. Go home and rest it out." So I did that, and I realized that I can breathe like never before. I did not take any inhalers. I did not take nebulizers. I did not take any steroid injections or tablets for that matter. And then I thought, it's a coincidence. He's blessed me, but let's see next changing season how the logical mind and the rationale intervenes. And many seasons came and went, but my asthma never came back. So fast forward, regarding my skin and my skin all over the body, which was quite debilitating. And it was, of course, confidence killing. And my self-esteem was at its lowest. I would just park myself next to Guruji in a corner. And of course, that's where he parked me. He would park me in a corner next to his seat. And I would be I would just be very insular, kind of, keeping myself to myself. I wouldn't even, sort of meet eyes with anybody, because when a woman's face is so terribly, inflamed, and you lose your confidence, to put it simply. So Guruji calls me again and he says, "Come here." I said, "Yes, Guruji." By this time, there was a certain kind of peace that had, a wave of peace had swept over me over the months, and I felt at home. I started feeling so much at home that I would gravitate towards him every evening. There was a sense of love, a deep, profound love, sense of comfort in being in his presence, even though I was suffering immensely. But as his devotees today will realize that no matter what we're going through in our daily lives, when we come and sit um, in his fold, in a satsang means company of truth. When we come and sit in a satsang, there is suddenly a wave of joy, peace, serenity, and hope that sweeps over each one of us. So when I was sitting, even though my face was cracking and my eyes were half shut because it was inflamed and skin was peeling all over, and it was literally black, in patches of black was everywhere. He calls me and he says, Anita, you have passed in your devotion. So I didn't know what that meant because I was just simply coming to him and having the Langar Prashad, listening to the mellifluous hymns, which I did not grasp. I was born and bred in England, as I said, and I was not exposed to Gurbani, unfortunately, as a child. If I had, I would have understood every word. And but he said, "Ki, you passed. Now I will bless you for your skin cancer, and you now do not need to switch off the bathroom light before entering the bathroom, and do not be afraid of your reflection." So this was something so personal, and I had not shared this with anyone. So I was aghast. I was simply aghast, and I gazed at him astonished, and as if to say, how do you know? How do you know something so personal? So he looks back at me and responds, why are you so astonished? You have got the divine sitting with you in such an easy manner. You didn't really need to do anything, as in, to attain me, to attain divinity. All you have to do is come here, have the listen to the mellifluous hymns, eat, and I speak to you, made myself so approachable to you so that you do not even know who I am. So I just smiled, and then what he said next was even more astonishing. He said, you have really gone from pillar to post looking for your answers. And last year, particularly, you had gone to consult an astrologer. Did you or did you not? And I was sheepish. I was, shell-shocked, to say the least. And I just looked at him. He said, so what did your astrologer say? What did he tell you? So I was, of course, dumbfounded. I said, Guruji, he said, he said that you have no life beyond December 97. And he was correct in his reading. I have granted you a new life. You will understand this as life unfolds. So I said, thank you, Guruji. He said, as life unfolds, you realize why I have granted you a new life. It was a big one because the astrologer had clearly stated to me in 97 that there is no life beyond this. Please go and consult a good doctor. But I found the universal doctor, the universal and divine doctor, the best that cures us and heals us of our every ailment, be it financial ailment or struggle, be it physical or be it emotional. And there are three, layers to this. When humans suffer, they suffer either in relationships, or they suffer physically in their health, or they suffer financially. But suffering is inevitable. No, I would say that suffering is not inevitable. Suffering is a choice, but pain is inevitable. Life's pain sometimes, it has to come to teach our lessons, our life lessons. They come as challenges and they come as struggles, but we don't need to suffer. We do have a solution to our suffering, which is Him, which is sitting in silence and really remembering Him, being in remembrance of Him and loving Him and just thanking Him for everything that He has given us and everything He has not given us. Say thank you for everything, because what He has not given us, it was not good for us in the larger scheme of things. He knows best. And therefore, we need to leave everything in His capable hands. And when we leave everything in His hands, then we see His hands in everything, every aspect of our lives, then He takes over. which is absolutely factual. And I have seen it from the age of 32, when I first came to him, to now. I have seen how my life has slowly but surely unfolded the way he had ordained it and the way he deemed best. And his best cannot match my logical mind or my efforts. It's all him. It is truly his grace. So I thank him today from the core of my being for being with me at every juncture, every corner of my life. Within weeks, my skin that was erupting and it was peeling, gradually, when I used to muster the courage of turning the light up in the bathroom, I witnessed my skin change from that red, inflamed, and kind of deformed skin. I cannot forget it. There are still maybe a picture or two that Sangat will have. I never kept it because my heart would, kind of feel a lot of pain on seeing those images. And so, yeah, I lost my eyebrows. I remember my younger one saying to me, Mama, where's your eyebrows? So it was quite costly. But I am thankful that I'm not only alive, but my face is fine. It's a very big one for a woman. And how can we even be grateful? Words fall short. There are not enough words in the dictionary and our vocabulary is very limited to really sing his praise. What he used to say is, just come to me, live a good life. And that also happens only through his grace. I feel we're incapable of even, following his footsteps, following his teachings until he showers his grace on us. So he used to say, once he healed me, he said, do seva, do service, which benefits mankind. Service is another form of charity also. Give wherever you can give, to whomsoever you can give, and whensoever you can give. So just be giving, be kind to every kind, be compassionate towards everyone, especially those who are not as privileged as you, and be compassionate also and patient towards the elderly. He used to say it's imperative for our own growth and peace of mind to give time to our elders, to give time, because it's hard for the elders because they feel lonely and they're not as physically agile. So give them time, give them love, give them compassion, and be kind to them. Giving them time is also a form of service. So giving our time, giving our listening ear to elderly is also a very big form of service. And the other one was charity, of course. By giving to those underprivileged, we are expiating our own bad karmas and generating good karmas. So there's a karmic account which gets imbalanced if we do wrong, and more wrong, then the good starts diminishing and getting watered down, diluted. So he knows he has our account. He has everybody's account. We cannot befool God. He used to say, no one can befool God because God is within you. And he's watching our every thought, word, and emotion. And sometimes when we have a very joyful, cheeky thought that, Guruji, I want that next whatever, I want a lovely coat, or I want to go to a lovely restaurant, and a particular restaurant you'll have in your head, or you'll have a particular cuisine in your head. He feels the frivolous also. And he shows us that, see, I was listening even then. So there are frivolous wishes, and we're allowed to have them because we are human. And those frivolous wishes also get fulfilled. So it's not about always being spiritually inclined and to be serious. Guruji, on the contrary, taught us to live, laugh, and love, and to live our best lives, to be the best version of ourselves. In the sense, keep it simple, keep life simple, and be spiritually inclined. And what is spirituality? It is your core values. And your values are that, exactly what Guruji taught us. Kindness, compassion, and silence is golden. in many ways, So silence is golden in the sense that, uh, sometimes we want to prove ourselves right. And over the years, I've learned that rather than proving myself to be right, I prefer to have my peace of mind by remaining silent. So every battle does not have to be fought. We choose our battles wisely, and we choose our company wisely. Guruji used to say the company makes the man. So it's very important to choose your company which enables your growth and does not shrink us and bring us onto the path of destruction. Um, so destruction and construction is in our hands. So we need to be wise to understand what is it that is enabling my growth, enabling me to evolve, and the company that truly, I mean, it's very few and far between people who really want to see you grow. So, and the rest, he said, keep low profile. And in today's social media world, an age where we are all, of course, uh, victims of social media, no one can rise above this, but we can minimize it. We can minimize it because we need to stay low profile. We don't need to compare ourselves with anyone else's life. We need to compare ourselves only with ourselves. We are competing only with ourselves. Where am I from 6 months ago to a year today? How have I improved? How have I evolved? We need to check ourselves only. We need to sit with ourselves in silence, introspect, reflect, and see where I am going. That's most important because it's about my journey with my Guru and my prayers for my children and for the world at large. But I don't need social media for that. If I want to really shine as a human being, then I need to stay low profile and um, keep myself private. And that's very important rather than public because you become open to different energies otherwise. And the energies are not always in your favor. So it's important to keep it simple, to keep it, private, and to keep competing with yourself and keep bringing out the best in yourself and keep checking on yourself. Am I really living in alignment with Guruji's teachings? Am I in alignment with what he wanted from me and for me? So every day, like he said, sit and listen to the mellifluous music for 1 hour and just remember me. Be God loving and not God fearing. He said, there's no need to fear God, only love God. And remember me, be in my remembrance all the time. While we're walking, while we're engaging ourselves in our work, while we're engaging ourselves in whatever activities we are in the day, it is important simply to be in um, his fold, to just simply remember him. I read something so beautiful about a pilgrimage. What is a pilgrimage? So Guruji has again simplified it. When he said, "Ki, you don't need to go here and there," he meant you remember me anyway, wherever you are, because wherever you are, I am there, because he's omnipresent. So pilgrimage for me today is every time I take a sip of water, which may be 5, 6, 7 times a day. Whenever I have a sip of water, I just say, thank you, Guruji. I love you, Guruji. So that makes it a very practical way of remembering him 5, 6, 7 times a day. And that equals a pilgrimage. A pilgrimage is when we go and we bow to our Guru and we remember him and evoke that energy. So that energy is evoked within us each time we do the mantra jap, which is Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sadasai, Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sadasai. So Om Namah Shivaya, Shivji Sadasai, Om Namah Shivaya, Guruji Sadasai. When we keep doing this repetitively, we realize that we are evoking the divine energy within us. And when we evoke that divine energy within us, then we think better, we do better, and we speak better, and we feel better. So we are raising, in effect, our vibration. Our frequency is lifted. And when our frequency is lifted, then we start attracting things which are on the same frequency. So it is very scientific, though Guruji used to say, there is no logic, no rationale in the realm of faith. But when we start doing this, then we want to do good. We want to be good. We want to say and think and be the best version of ourselves so that Guruji can be proud of us. So today I will end on this note that thank you, Guruji. Gratitude is the most potent prayer, and gratitude brings a lot of joy in our heart. It makes things easier. Life is not easy. Life around is collapsing. We know it. So many conflicts, so much chaos, so much confusion. But then Guruji said this, there'll be showers of divorce, there'll be showers of cancer, and there'll be showers of depression. He said this many moons ago. I'm talking about 20 plus years ago, before he left his body. And he said it very, very kind of, he said it very, strongly that these things are going to happen. There's going to be water, which means, I guess, floods and tsunamis and many other natural calamities. There are going to be wars. There is going to be chaos in the world. But the calm in that chaos is him. We are so blessed, too blessed to be stressed. We must remind ourselves every day, but then we are also remind ourselves that we do have a sense of responsibility towards humanity, because humanity is our true religion. Humanity is praying for others from different caste, color, costume, creed. It doesn't matter. We are all one, and we are all part of the oneness family. But man has created the divide. God never created divide. God says God is love. Simply put, every religion has taught us to do good, to be good, to say good. Every religion in the world teaches us to be good. Goodness is next to godliness. But man has created the divide. Today, that hour has arrived where we need to pray for everyone, for the entire world. May there truly be peace, harmony, and acceptance. So, it's absolutely imperative that we bring ourselves out of our ego, our self-centered thinking, and self-centered and self-absorbed life, and to bring that energy into the world, to be the torchbearers of Guruji that he wanted us to be, and to spread the light. When we spread the light, darkness has to inevitably diminish. Darkness will diminish only once we spread his light. And he used to say, please connect people. Connect more and more people. Because once we connect, then our vibration does lift. And once our vibration does lift, then we attract only that. Because like attracts like. And the next thing he taught me, which is very important for each one of us, no matter what's happening around you, no matter how much negativity there is in the world, don't absorb that negativity. Observe it and pray for that negativity. But don't absorb, only observe. And keep yourself shielded. Pray for them. And don't be part of it, because that will bring our vibration down. He used to say, stay positive no matter what. When we stay positive, again, it's another way of keeping our vibration high. Stay positive and keep praying for others. And also affirmations. I am happy. I am healthy. I am living the best life I can for myself and for others. Make ourselves the part of the oneness family. Do not isolate ourselves, thinking that I am alone and my journey is only mine. Yes, make your direct connection with Guruji. You say soul to soul, one-to-one connection with me. There are no mediators. We only sit here and share the grace that has been showered upon each one of us. But we cannot be mediators. We cannot give you your life's answers. Only he can give you the answers. But yes, by sharing, maybe somewhere, our sharing resonates with what you're going through and giving you hope that things will get better. Things only do get better. Just to ignite, my one word, if it ignites that, flame of hope, that is what is required. So, Jai Guruji, and thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope you stay blessed and hopeful and optimistic, and keep your chins up and stay healthy. Jai Guruji.